What's up, guys? We are here with Crowfall, and let's talk about the massive news that they dropped yesterday. So, the news was, if you haven't heard, that they are removing the passive skill training. To me, the first thing that went into my mind is, oh my god, this is a massive, crazy change. Like, wasn't that one of the Kickstarter main core features of the game? So, we are here on the Kickstarter. I've reread everything on the Kickstarter page, and nowhere does it actually talk about passive skill training on the main page. So that was like, whoa, it actually wasn't one of the core main features. The only time that they actually talk about passive skill training and VIP, which essentially this is what passive skill training turned into being, is their VIP money-making machine, was in the FAQ. So is there a monthly membership fee? Is the game free to play with microtransactions? What is passive training slot? What is VIP membership? And these are the details that they go into explaining what passive skill training means for the game, what VIP means for the game, and they sold a whole bunch of VIP on the Kickstarter. So essentially what they've done by taking away the passive skill training is they've completely gutted the entire business model of the game. The game is still a buy once and play forever game, but we all know that that is not enough money to sustain a product, an MMORPG, forever. You're not going to be able to sustain this kind of service for 10 years with that kind of business model. It just doesn't work. And there's more money to be had in other avenues, such as battle passes, subscriptions, cash shops, and so forth. What this means, though, is they're taking out the VIP, and now they need to put something in its place, because we have tons and tons of players that actually have hundreds upon hundreds of months of VIP, so they can't just completely gut the VIP system, which they've essentially done now in the last year or so. They've gutted the passive skill training system just yesterday. The VIP has been like, hey, we don't know what we're going to be giving you for VIP, but yeah, you got these VIP tickets. We'll let you know later. And they're getting closer and closer to launch. So realistically, gutting passive skill training is a good thing. They went over in the Ace Q&A yesterday all the reasons why they thought it was a good thing. And let's just break down the big points. It's not fun. So I played EVE Echoes, which is the EVE mobile version of EVE Online, and I got firsthand experience with this passive training, passive skills, paywall essentially, and it was horrible. It was one of the worst experiences ever in a game. It's like, okay, you start day one. I want to build this. I cannot build this. I cannot even level up. I cannot do this quest. I cannot do this mission. I gotta wait 6 real hours. Oh, okay, next time I gotta wait 24 hours to do this. It was just a complete and utter joke, and it made a lot of people angry and upset about the game. And it was just like, wow, time gates for everything. And EVE Online and EVE Echoes, it's all about the ships. And some ships you cannot even build until like 6 months into the game. Like, you had to have been a subscribing player to build these 6 months into the game. We saw this in Crowfall as well. A lot of crafting and gathering was locked behind paywalls, time-gated paywalls here. And it was, well, I mean, yes, everyone had access to it, but these time-gated walls essentially gutted crafted and gathering for several weeks. That was a horrible, horrible experience. And people were just like, hey, what do? You wait a month, you come back, you log in, and then you spec out how you want. Like, it also encourages alts tremendously. So having a passive skill training, something that you have to just take time to do, greatly incentivize alts. So rather than having one account, why wouldn't you just make like 6 accounts and then have them all specced out in different ways, specializing in what you want? If you're actively training and actively playing the game and earning points, say for gathering or for fighting monsters, you're actively improving your character, and you physically cannot run 6 accounts and do them all at the same time. You physically cannot go and have one character attack mobs, have one character go crafting and gathering. Like, you physically just can't control 6 characters at once. So having the active skill training is significantly better for a healthy one character, one PC, one game client at a time. Yes, there are macros and scripts that you can run, but those are generally illegal against the terms of services in games. So multi-account becomes way more powerful in a game that has passive skill training. In a game that is an active skill training, you really want to be focusing on one account, maybe two if you are going all, guns blazing and there's like caps on certain things. So overall, this is a good change, and I am astonished that they actually gutted the entire passive skill training this close to launch. So my guesstimation of the game is that we're about 6 months away from launch. I think that June 2021 is going to be like roughly the target date for launch of Crowfall. Yes, there's going to be some things missing and issues and, headaches going on. But they did plan a soft launch, which means they weren't going to spend any marketing money and actually just, okay, we're rolling out the game. This is our first campaign, have at it. There's going to be balance tweaks and changes and things like that. We're still going to be adjusting things. We're not going to market to the masses. We're just going to put it out there. Everything's going to be permanent now, and let's see how it goes. Because that's the beauty of Crowfall. Crowfall is actually a game where it's all about a campaign that will end after X amount of weeks or months. So they're going to have campaigns that are lasting 4 months or 3 weeks or 6 weeks. And after that, there's going to be a winner and a loser. The winner will get more rewards. The loser will get less rewards. And so these campaigns, these events all end, and then it resets and you start over. The idea is that you're never so far behind in this MMORPG that you are like, why should I play? Why should I play? Because this guy's played for 2 years before me. He's got all this crazy gear and all this crazy stats. Why should I play? How am I going to be competitive against a guy that's been playing for 2 years? That's the goal of Crowfall, is to even the playing field. Yes, the guy that's been playing for 2 years might have some small advantage, but in most of the campaigns, there's going to be very limited or no imports, which means everyone's going to come in as a fresh character, fresh start, like, hey, go at it. You cannot take away the years and months of experience and gameplay. That's always going to be something there. So always, a player who has been playing for years at a time are going to know more inside trader secrets, how to fight more efficiently. Like, they're going to have some advantage, but it's not going to be as significant as if you jump into WoW. If you jump into WoW now, which is like 15 years old or something like that, and you start playing the game, you're playing catch up to people who've been playing the game for 5, 6, 10 years. And it's almost impossible to catch up. They do have a ton of catch-up mechanics, but you're still going to be infinitely behind wealth in items and materials and so forth. It's going to be almost impossible to catch up. And that pushes a lot of players away from the MMORPG genre, is because it's like, why do I want to play? I'm 3 years behind. This sucks. So I am excited to see this. The beginning, I think, will be around that June 2021. Hopefully, hopefully it comes out. Hopefully it happens at the time. I do think that we could see a launch in 2021. It could be sooner, it could be later, but they are well aware that there's a lot of balance changes that need to be done, but all the core systems are pretty much done and in place. Now it's just tweaking the numbers and adjusting the game to how they want it to feel and how they want it to be fun. So that's the core aspect. They realize that a game should be fun, and that was one of the arguments, is that passive skill training was not fun. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Let me know in your comment section what you think. Do you think removing the passive skill training at this stage of the game development was a good idea, or are you against it? Let me know in the comment section. Love to hear from you guys. Are you looking forward to Crowfall still, or is it off your radar now? Thanks for watching.